Yes, it's that time again. It's the preview show. It's Man City versus Arsenal. Can Arteta get the 3 points? Or even a point? Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so look, today it's great to have. We obviously got a special guest here in our preview, but first I'm going to introduce our Arsenal guys. We have Lex. How you doing, Lex? It's good to have you on again, sir. Nigerian Englishman as always. I was waiting. I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for? That's what you're waiting for. It's a bit of a slower one. This one's especially for Gems, requested for Gems. If you want to request a song for the next show, let me know, yeah? Hey. Oh.
Bring out Koboko and wake up.
Hey. All right, my people. Oh, yeah, now. Let's go. Let's
see if
go.
we have this much energy towards the end of the show, but
I'm on pre-season, bro. I'm vibing right now. What do you mean?
Excellent. Special guest. We've got Blue Moon Ian. No prizes for guessing who he supports. It says it on his chest there. Let's say, listen.
Came ready.
Great to have you on, mate. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Listen, so obviously we've enjoyed a tough start to the season. You guys are just starting. Yeah, well, to be fair, you lost against that mob down the road. Ow! Tell me, what happened?
And your loss to Spurs, mate. That's what it is, really.
City have made a habit of losing to Spurs in the last few seasons. If you haven't watched at that ground, I think it's a slow start to the season. You know, they had injuries, they had players coming back. They'd had a rubbish pre-season. Usually City are like in some part of the world playing Real Madrid or Man United, and this time they're playing bloody Preston. So I think they were badly prepared. I think they had a lot of players coming back late. It takes them a while to get into their stride. They look good for the first 15, 20 minutes, and then just look like a rusty machine.
So I mean, I want to talk a bit about Man City here, because obviously we for us right now, yes, we had a okay result yesterday, but how are you lot looking or shaping up for the game on Saturday? It's the early kickoff, isn't it? I think it's 12:30. Is it kickoff? So the thing is, how are you guys shaping up? Any injury concerns? Are you confident? Is confident? Are you guys confident with getting 3 points here?
Me first?
Yeah, please. No, I'm going to you. I'm asking you about Man City.
Yeah, what would I say first? I think what would I say first? Kevin De Bruyne isn't playing. That's a seriously big deal.
He always has a game against us. Always.
Phil Foden is still injured, and that's quite a big deal as well. And I think the season start has been really interesting, because I've watched both Arsenal games, and against Chelsea, the last couple of Arsenal games, and against Chelsea, I thought they were good in flashes. I thought they were a bit unlucky, but Chelsea didn't look as though they had to get out of second gear to beat Arsenal. And at that stage, I was feeling pretty confident.
Okay.
Arsenal then looked as though they got their mojo back against West Brom. I thought Aubameyang's positioning was outstanding. I thought Pepe was quick, and Saka is just, even my mum says he's that fantastic England player. Even my mum recognises Bukayo Saka now. So
brilliant.
And she's 86, so she knows exactly who he is. And
knows something good when she sees it, mate.
Huh? They look good. I'll bring her.
She knows something good when she sees it.
Yeah, he is good. He is good, and Smith Rowe is really good. And Martinelli's yet to blossom this season, but the other two lads have kicked off where they left last season. So I thought that was good. Obviously, it wasn't a great West Brom team. I thought they were a bit
very young.
Young, naive, gung-ho. unstructured. And Arsenal, as I thought from the first 10 minutes, took them apart clinically with Aubameyang, his major incisions in front of goal. Really great time. But I didn't know how much that game actually taught us about performance in the Premier League, because West Brom were young and naive. At the same time, you say, oh, hey, City stuffed Norwich 5-0. But 4 of the goals came from exactly the same place down that City's right-hand side. And possibly Norwich looked scared. They looked like rabbits in the headlights. So what I'm trying to say is I'm not certain how much you can learn from either team's last 2 games.
Yes.
We weren't quite at the races against Spurs. They looked out of sorts. Their timing was poor. The passing wasn't great. Clearly, players weren't up to scratch after a pretty crappy basic pre-season. So going into today's Saturday lunchtime's game, I think firstly to consider Arsenal have played midweek, so they may be a bit. It works weird at different parts of the season. They may be sharper because they've got another game under their belt, and it's a week since City have played, or it may work the other way, and they're a touch more fatigued, and City are fresh and up and at them. So I think there's still a hell of a lot to play for tomorrow lunchtime. Have City really woken up this season? Don't know. Have Arsenal turned the corner? I'm not sure about that either. So
I hear what you're saying 100%. And I would say this is probably the best time. If you're going to play Man City early in the season, is probably the best time to play them. Lex. Well, first and foremost, actually, Mr. Silver Fox, how you doing? So look at this one. Hello, Mr. Shaw. He's coming to you straight, Mr. Shaw.
Yeah, put my glasses on.
Arsenal scored 6 in 3 this season. That's 2 goals a game and conceded 4. So in 3. So that's like 1.33-ish a game. Man City beware. There you go.
All I'd say is the phrase that says statistics, damn statistics and lies. And I think that comes into play in that.
Well, the thing is, I mean, you can't listen. I just maintain if you're going to play Man City, best play them at the start of the season.
Yeah, I agree.
They looked out of sorts against Tottenham. Didn't really have to get out of second gear against Norwich. Lex, I'm going to come to you. Where's this game won and lost for us? Because look, listen, Man City have got a few players out. Waiting in the wings to come back. I don't think they're in their full flow. They even got a striker. Imagine Jesus. He's a backup to a non-striker. That can't be a nice feeling. But where is this game won? where is this game won? Can we get a result here, Lex? Is my question? Is my burning?
Yeah. I mean, the football is a funny game, right? I mean, if you look, we were talking about it. This is one of the best times to play in Man City at the beginning of the season. If you look at the previous season, Man City didn't have a good start. But end of the day, regardless if they got injuries or not, you're still talking about a world-class team, one of the best teams in Europe. So, no matter who they got on the team sheet, it's going to be a game where you're going to have to be playing at your best. And especially in, the way Arsenal started off the season. Yes, we played against West Brom, scored 6 goals against them. But, let's not get ahead of ourselves. It was a young West Brom team. But it helps to boost our morale. End of the day, I think from Arsenal's point of view, right, we can't go toe-to-toe with them. We can't match it up, with, similar tactics that we did, at Chelsea playing 4 at the back. I think, we should play 5 at the back. At least make it harder for them to break us down. Because the thing is, if we go and play 4 at the back, try and put a high press, that Man City, eventually they're going to play us around the park.
There's no Foden, there's no De Bruyne.
There's no De Bruyne. That's a big loss for City, But at the end of the day, I think if we got a build up from the team that we had against West Brom, scoring 6 goals. I think, looking at how Chelsea played against us at the Emirates, with the wing backs bombing up and down, all that gaps, all that space. I think if we play 5 at the back, it makes us a little bit more solid, more harder to break down. If you look at how we played against the top sides when Arteta first came in management for Arsenal, that's how he kind of set up his team. So I think he needs to look at and say, you know what, we got to approach each game with a different mindset and see who we're playing. We're playing Man City, we're not playing Burnley away. So let's adapt to the game.
With all due respect, though, Lex, nowadays, everyone approaches the same way against us. Gone are, I think, the days that teams come to the Emirates and sit back. Those days are gone. Yeah. So, to be honest, we've got
people. They have a go when it comes to us. They have a go.
That's what I'm saying. Every team has a go. Every team now has a go. Those days are gone for us, where teams, come to try and lick a point at the Emirates. Those days are gone. What I want to do, Mr. Nigerian Englishman, is let me just get this 1 second.
You know what? Ian, I'm upset with you lot, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been holding it in. For a bit. I just wanted to unleash. I'm livid with you guys, man. Livid.
Why?
You lot messed up football.
Sunday.
No, forget all of that, bro. They messed up football. Look what City did, right? They went ahead and bought Grealish before they brought Kane. That messed everything up. Because what happened is, Levy was like, yeah, what? 100 million for Grealish? Okay. You lot don't try to come at us with that 100 million nonsense. If you're going to pay for Grealish 100 M, I want 150. Whereas if you went in for Kane, a player that you actually needed, because you could have still won the league without a Grealish and buying a Kane. 100%, no doubt about that. You've got enough creativity in your side, but instead you lot thought, someone else might buy Grealish. You bought Grealish, ranked right. Daniel Levy had a field day because even if Kane came to talk to him, he was like, "Harry, Jack went for 100 M. What do you expect me to do, big man? What do you want me to do? I got to ask for 150 for you." And now, even though I'm not a United fan, I don't want to see. I don't want to see Ronaldo at Man City. I believe in that loyalty thing. I don't want to see that, to be honest. But now, because of you lot, we're gonna see it. Tottenham still have Kane. We're gonna see CR7 at Man City, and all sorts of going on. But yeah, that's my rant done. Sorry, continue. That was my little.
I understand that, and my brother, who's a passionate Man City fan, has been screaming at City to buy a striker for 4 or 5 years now. But I really wanted City to buy Jack Grealish. He is a once-in-a-generation player. That guy at 25 has got 7 or 8 magic years ahead of him.
Before Kane, Ian, though.
Before Kane. Players getting injured regularly. And Kane does have a purple patch each season and then goes through that injury bit. I absolutely wanted Grealish before I wanted City. And what you have to remember is City won the bloody league last season without a striker. So why not?
Look, and I hear that, but you couldn't do it again. I don't reckon. I reckon because what happened was, if you look, the Champions League game was crying out for a number 9. I'm still upset with Pep for not playing Aguero. The game had Aguero's name all over it. Last game for City, win the Champions League, get subbed off in the 81st minute after scoring the winner. Round of applause. That it was scripted for that. He didn't read the script. What's wrong with Pep now?
You've got it the wrong way round. What Pep didn't do in the Champions League final, if you remember, he didn't play a defensive midfielder. That was the undoing of City.
Yeah, Rodri should have played.
Kante had the whole park to play in. Yeah. It wasn't about not picking a number 9. For the first time ever that I can ever remember, City rocked up with no defensive midfielder. That was crazy. That was
crazy. But are you telling me, look, Ian, I'm asking you a question. Are you telling me last game for City, the scene is set?
It was set.
Aguero, wasn't it? You know he thrives off that opportunity, that situation. You have one chance for Aguero to make even more history than he already has. Like that game was made for him. Come on, you got to admit that at least. Even though I agree the defensive midfielder thing, but he should have started that game.
The season before, when City lost to Lyon, if you remember, and what did they do? He picked a team of non-creative midfielders. He played both defensive midfielders, and everyone thought he'd lost the plot. So, yeah, I don't know what it is under pressure, but when he gets to the absolute pressure games, he needs to ask for some sanity around him. He needs to lie on the couch and see the psychiatrist because he just
he beats himself in those games. Yeah, let's not. Yeah,
I'm going to tell you how Arsenal could win tomorrow. You ready?
I'm ready.
I know as well. But go on, let me hear
staring you in the face how to beat City tomorrow.
Go on.
Okay. City ain't got a left back. You've got Pepe. If someone can teach that Pillock how to stay on side,
he's not lying.
But someone
and how to make some decisions.
How to stay on side, and then there is no left back. Pepe could be your hero tomorrow.
Just one thing, just touching on, just before I move on, just touching on obviously the whole Ronaldo to Man City. Look at this from Big Phil here from Barbados MEFC. Henry to Spurs, Gerrard to United.
That's wild.
You need more security than the US president. Listen, it couldn't happen, could it? But
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it personally.
I think he's going to. I think he'll go to PSG. Mbappe is going to go to Real Madrid. They've just got to up it a little bit more so the Frenchmen can keep their dignity.
Yeah, literally.
The idea of putting him together with Messi, how many shirts would they sell with those two? How much commerce? I think that's what's going to happen.
It's just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
I respect Mbappe, but still saying, you know what? I want my own team, man. I want my own team. I love all these guys around me and that. It's all good playing with Messi. I love that, but I want my own team.
Yeah.
It's all well and good, but he ain't got much of a team around him at Real Madrid these days.
No, true. We've got aging midfielding crews and
look, if there's any manager that can work with an Asian squad, it's Carlo Ancelotti. We all know that. We've seen him do it from time to time with AC Milan, Chelsea.
Yeah.
He's done it before, so I'm not putting it past him to get something out of Hazard and Bale this season. I'm not putting it completely past him. Add Mbappe to that mix. That front three, Bale, Hazard, and Mbappe doesn't look. Then tell me that doesn't look scary if they're all firing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
And then sorry, Karim and Benzema. Sorry, man. I didn't even left him out, man. How dare I?
Yeah. No,
it sounds nice.
That's exciting. That is exciting.
So going on to Saturday, right, guys. Here's kind of put together a possible team, maybe. Leno.
First of all, I'm going to change that, but first of all, the formation has to change for starters, bro.
Do you think he will?
I don't think he will, but if the Chelsea game is anything to go by, it makes sense for him to go three at the back, especially if he's bringing back in White, because White played at Brighton in a back three. I hate the fact that we keep bringing players that play in back threes and forcing them to play in back twos. Like we did it with Louise, and now we're doing it with White. Like it's a great opportunity to try it.
Maybe there's a couple of changes that could be made there. Okay, let's just say for argument's sake, he does play a flat back four. I've dropped Pepe for this team because I think we're going to need legs, we're going to need ball retention, etc., etc. So I've gone for ESR playing on the left-hand side probably, but actually Saka playing. So what am I saying? ESR playing on the left, Saka playing on the right, and Aubameyang through the middle. So there's a lot of legs there. Xhaka, Lokonga, obviously in midfield as your two. And then we've got Marion Holding. If White does make it, that might be a change there with a Holding. Tavares, I'm not sure how fit Kieran Tierney is.
Right.
And I think Cedric was poor against Chelsea, and I think Chambers will come back in. I mean, does that fill you with fear and trepidation, Ian? That team
is petrified. Chambers burning down the right flank.
I think Tierney's fantastic, and if he's not playing, I'm happy about that. I think it's a fantastic play. I was actually kind of interested in what your guys' thoughts was to Tavares.
Yep.
Tavares.
Decent.
I thought
He's
he
done
was
decent.
a
I mean,
good
I thought he was
wanna-
a 70s disco band myself, Tavares, but there you go. But what did you
he's a
think
decent
about the guy? Big energy,
To be
huh?
honest, I think he's a bit clumsy, but his energy is on 100. Like he goes again, and he's a very positive player as well. He's fast and strong. Definitely good competition for Kieran, I think, for sure.
I think
He'll play 20
as well.
games this season, easy. 20 games this season, I reckon.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a bit of a wild horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a wild card. You not know what he's gonna do next, but yeah, I like that. We're lacking any personality in our squad.
But you need that competition as well for Tierney as well.
100.
You know what I mean? So that's only going to make him better. And if Tierney is going to keep on having injuries, like he does every so couple months, then Nuno's going to be knocking on the door and saying, you know what, why don't you start me?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Tierney shouldn't try and miss 3 games in a row this season because Tavares, man, he's
exactly.
looking to really push him.
So, Ian, where do you think the game will be won and lost in on Saturday?
I think down Arsenal's right-hand side, City's left-hand side.
Put Saka on the left on the left back.
Soon, an hour before kickoff at 11:30, when we look at the City team and see what Pep's decided to do there. Is he going to play Zinchenko? Is he going to play Aki? Is he going to play back 3, back 4?
Please, Aki.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, Ake, please.
Please, Aki.
It's still Zinchenko is really, he doesn't play that position for Ukraine or anyone else. He's not a defender. So even if Zinchenko is playing, it's the ball over the top of Zinchenko, and he doesn't read the game very well. So that's where it's going to be won or lost.
So we've got a chance then. What do you think? We have a chance?
Yeah. I think if Arsenal can score early and then really defend well, yeah.
Ooh, asking a lot.
All Odegaard has to turn into is prime Santi, and we're good, bro. We're good. If he turns into prime Santi, look, the place we can win the game is if we play the whole game on the counter attack, similar to how we did in that FA Cup game where we won 2-0. So like playing on the counter attack and looking for that ball over the top, or Aubameyang on the last man, Pepe on the last, not Pepe, Saka on the last man, should I say?
Yeah.
Like from what Ian was saying in terms of that left side, it is definitely a bit of a concern for them at this stage. So Saka's looking hungry again. So if we can get him that ball on that last man 1-on-1, I'm confident that we can create some chances. Am I confident we can get the W? Hell no. But I'm confident if we look for that ball that we were looking for to Abba and to Saka, I think we can cause some damage for sure. But to win,
we need to be mobile up top. I mean, I think Son, I know in the first game, caused your back line a lot of problems with his movement and his work rate. And I think we need Aubameyang to do something similar, to be honest.
For sure. And I say City, you guys are quality, right? But I don't know, Ian, if you agree, I don't think you've quite figured out how Grealish slots in just yet, which is what gives me a little hope that you won't spank us, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to be Foden at the moment. He's just coming in from that left-hand side, left into right. But what I saw of Saka the other day was he was doing similar. He was coming in from the left-hand side, moving across the penalty area to the right. And in the same way that Son, you remember the goals Son scored against City? It was left, and then he cut in on the right, and he pushed it across. And that was pretty much when Saka, I think, hit the post and Aubameyang hit the rebound. That was almost a same picture as the goal apparently at the post rather than went in. But it was the same run. It was the same run across the back 4.
So do Man City have any, apart from Foden, De Bruyne, and obviously there's the news that come out, and we won't delve in too much into because we don't know much of the story regarding Mendy. Is there any more players that are out?
Well, John Stones hasn't played this season yet.
Yeah. Keep it up, John. Keep it up.
So he could come in for Ake. Damn.
Maybe, yeah. But if I was Pep, I'd play Walker, Diaz, Laporte, and Zinchenko.
I don't know what it is about Kyle Walker against Arsenal. He always puts in an absolute shift against us. Kyle Walker against Arsenal, I don't know. I think it's the Tottenham connection.
Diaz and Walker on that side, no chance. But the other side,
he loves a game against us.
Down the right, you've got more change.
And that's why I like Xhaka starting and ESR rather than Pepe.
Yeah, I think Xhaka will try and kick 7 bells out of Gundogan in midfield. There'll be a real battle there, a real ding-dong, and someone's going to get the better of whatever. I don't know. I'm never impressed by El Neni. He always looks great, but goes nowhere.
Yeah, sideways.
Sideways.
Across the park, looking great, hair flowing, but he's not going anyplace.
Hair flowing.
Call him Sandman.
He needed a hair to give him some personality, guys. Allow him.
Yeah.
I think Arsenal have a chance, and they've got to. Who's going to play right back? Do you think? Who's going to be backing up Pepe on that side?
That's a problem for us right now.
Ian. The honest answer is nobody knows. It could be Tavares, it could be Chambers, it could be Suarez.
We've got so many white backs at the moment. Don't know.
Has Bellerin gone? Has Bellerin gone?
Yeah, he's done.
Mentally.
It's not a shop window game for Bellerin.
Nah, he's gone. We don't want to risk him getting injured, bro. We don't want to risk him.
Exactly, yeah, what you said. Don't want to risk him getting injured. But look,
that's why I'm surprised we played Kolasinac. I'm like, oof. Don't want him to nick a little injury tonight before they start saying.
Yeah, he's a rough player.
Yeah, he did well to be fair yesterday, but then again.
Yeah, 5.5 out of 10, not bad.
Bunch of kids at West Brom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you guys, because we're going to wrap up school predictions then for the game on Saturday afternoon, early morning. 12:30 kickoff. I'm going to come to you, Nigerian Englishman.
Boy, what my heart or my head? Which one?
Go on. Mix them both.
All right, I'm going to say 2-0 City.
Wow, that's cold.
Nah, sorry. 3-1 City. We'll score. 3-1 City.
Blimey. Look at this one.
I wouldn't mind that, Barbados MUC. I wouldn't mind that one bit, mate. That means we stole a point. I'm on it.
Sorry, I'm a good couple of comments here, and it says, just out of curiosity, this is from Big Phil. Who on Arsenal's left is going to stop Riyad Mahrez?
Kieran Ross Clark Tierney, man. Don't ask stupid questions.
He's not playing, is he?
We hope. Yeah. we're praying, Ian, mate. Don't worry, mate. We're doing everything we can. You know, the horse placenta, all of that stuff. If you remember all that, you know, what's that? That got Van Persie fit, didn't it?
Yeah, I remember that.
Lex, score predictions, sir.
Oh,
4 calls taken, by the way.
Well, I think there's going to be goals. So, but I'm going to say 3-2 to City. So I think we're going to score. But
okay, with that 3-2, how does the scoring go? Tell me, how does it go?
How's it go?
Yeah.
Well, I think it will be us scoring first.
Yeah, that's same as me. I thought we'll go 1-0 up and they'll just say, what? Are you laughing?
And then that's it. And then we get gassed. And then City's going to start playing. And then that's it. 3 goals, bam. And then we'll get another
3-1, and it'll be 3-2 with the last kick of the game, basically.
Yeah.
That's so Arsenal. That is Arsenal. That's obviously Mr. Nigerian Englishman. That's a Big Phil there is replying back to you about Tierney stopping Reece James versus Chelsea. More exposed than page 3 of the Sun.
But how many times have you seen him exposed like that, Barbados FC? That was a one-off. He's allowed a one-off, mate. We won't make them same mistakes twice.
Reece James, he was my first pick for my fantasy team. When I put my fantasy football team together.
You cleaned up last weekend then, bro.
He's such a bloody player, that Reece James.
Yeah. Do you know what? I tell you a little story. I did a little training session with him, Mason Mount, and Andrews.
Name dropping now, are we?
I'm name dropping. You know what I mean? I'm name dropping. You know what I mean? At Cobham it was at Cobham, and I spoke to them. I had a little discussion with them.
All right, Cobbs, yeah.
At Cobbs.
That's what you do.
This was just when the pandemic hit. Just before, so this is March 2020. So here, not even in England team. Obviously, the Euros and stuff wasn't even a thought or whatever. And I said to him at that time, I said, "Look, carry on as you are, and I swear you'll be in that England in the England squad." And he looked at me like that, as if to say, "Whatever." And look at him now. I need to get hold of him and tell him. I get him on this stream. I say, "Look, I told you, didn't I? I told you." You would make that.
Get him told.
I'll get him. I'll get him on the blower. But no, true story. True story. That is such a quiet, humble lad from my side of London as well. From around Kew, he is. He used to play for Kew Park Rangers. Good guy. Very humble. Very humble. On Monday, real tough for Arsenal. In your 10% possession, you got to try and score some goals. City are all wrong for you. An adult version of your style. They are like your father.
They are our father.
Luke. Yeah, you know what? In so many ways, the managers is pattern, isn't it? Everything, and so that moves us seemingly on to Mr. Blue Mooney and score predictions, sir.
2-0 City. Mahrez and Gabriel Jesus.
Sterling's definitely scoring.
Goal scorers. That's
how scoring one goal.
I think it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna happen. Sorry, chaps.
All right, Canners, what's your prediction? That you can't.
I have been wrong. I nearly get all the predictions wrong. Can I just say? But that's my gut.
That makes you feel a little bit better, I guess.
I'm gonna go for a 1-1.
Okay. I'll take that all freaking day. Wait, what?
Who's going to score first then, Canners? In your world, who's going to score first?
Do you know what? I would love it if you lot scored first and we equalised and it ended 1-1. I would love that because you know what? It showed for me that we've turned a certain corner.
That's when we showed fight and determination. Them interviews at the end.
Exactly. However, I think we will probably, if we're going to get that draw, we'd have to score first.
Yeah,
100%.
But yeah, because I can't see us at this time having that kind of fight for us. Once Man City is that type of team. When they're at home, if they go 1-up, then they're holding on to that throat. Do you know what I'm saying?
What's key is I think if we can score our first clear-cut chance, which we rarely do, if we can take that first clear-cut chance and put it away, it's a different game for sure. But
yeah. And then
we
can
and it will be your first Premier League goal this season.
Thanks for reminding us here. Yeah. Appreciate that.
But there will be chances. I can see us. We just got to finish it, like you said.
Yeah, we just got to be ruthless in front of goal, like no nonsense, mate.
Yeah, just one thing before we do go, Ian, and I guess this is a slight dig at you from a Man United supporter. Empty-Head Stadium.
Well, there was 51.5.
What is going on there? Why is there so many empty seats there?
Well, there's two stats I'll give you. In the history of the Football League, the biggest crowd that's ever been to a Football League ground was actually at I think it was Spurs when they were at Wembley Stadium. That's about 100. And the second is 84,000 at Main Road. I just wanted to throw that in from the history books. So outside of Wembley, City have had the biggest crowd ever in the history of either the First Division or the Premier League. Secondly, even though they show Empty-Head, there was 51,500 people there last week.
No way. No way.
Yeah, when I saw the pictures from Gemma on there, I thought I'm going to check, and it's difficult to pick up the attendances straight away. But I saw it in the Sunday Times had it, and it was 51.5, which was a smidge less than Liverpool, I think it was, and that was the second biggest crowd of the day.
The Sheikh probably has some shares in that paper, so he can do what he wants, mate. So, no doubts there.
Is it propaganda going
You're
on
right,
there?
though,
Isn't it?
because-
Proper-
30,000? What did you say? Hold on, check your account. Oh, 51,000. Yeah, that's what I meant.
55,000.
Instant transaction, mate. They
I
don't
tell you,
play.
just one pause, one more moment of thought. It's an interesting one because people talk about Arab owners of a business there, and the biggest single factor I think that what they've done is they've turned it massively into a family club. You can't take it obviously alcohol into the stadium, but you can't even the alcohol is a distance away. Everything they've done in East Manchester, because they've opened like 4 schools, a couple of hospitals.
They've done a lot.
They've done
Proper owners, man. Proper
about
owners.
families a nice day out. So if the ground is a bit quiet, it's incredibly civilized. That's what they built their model on. A really civilized crowd.
I like that angle, Ian. That was sick what you did. I didn't even see that coming, Ian.
Main road and the Kippax, it was totally and utterly different.
Yeah.
So where all those
I've got a lot of
scallies
time for Ian, Cannon. We can come on anytime, bro. Anytime. Get him on the reaction too, man. Anytime. He spun me there completely. He spun me.
I know. I was thinking, where's he going with this? But then he just
Spun me. Brought us all the way back round. Just
it's a raison d'etre. It's a model. And the only other one I want to say is, maybe we ought to check up if we're looking at a whole holistic picture.
holistic now.
The language he's using, I love it.
A bunch of Arabs have shown us the respect to women's football. They championed women's football over 10 years. And these are guys from the Middle East that sometimes we push our noses up at in terms of women. Well, they champion women's sport, and I'm really proud of that. If you looked at that Olympic team, I think Man City had something like 8 or 9 players in that women's Olympic team. Yeah, from their books. The captain of Man United walked out because the training facilities were so shit. Real Madrid haven't even properly got a women's team. How bad is that?
That's wild. That is wild. Yeah, it's true.
Big clubs in Europe.
Wow.
Yeah. You would have thought.
100.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, listen. Get AJ onto the reaction show. Yeah.
We'll see, man. We'll see. People will be fighting to get on this reaction show because there'll be so many goals to talk about.
I tell you.
Canners, we need to remind everybody on Tuesday from 5 o'clock till midnight. What's happening, sir?
Oh, what's happening? I'll tell you what, we've got a feast extravaganza for you all you stream watchers on FTV Sports. It's Deadline D-Day, and I tell you what, we're going to have obviously our man Blue Moon Ian. He's going to be hosting a couple of sessions on that day, a whole day of running through the whole Deadline Day transfers that are going on, and it's coming straight to you guys, so you guys have got to tune in. That's on FTV Sports, and also Ian, because our guy he's just busy as hell. 9 p.m. on a Sunday, it's the FTV Sports Premiership Roundup with your man Ian. And listen, we all got to tune into that, and all things Premiership, rattling through all the results. And Sunday evening at 9 p.m. is the time for that to happen, and it is a superb show. So make sure you lot all sign in, like, share, subscribe, and tune into that. Ian, please give me your final words, please.
Final words. I think this is going to be a great game of football tomorrow on Saturday lunchtime. I still think there's a chance for Arsenal. I don't think either team have been particularly definite yet this season, so I think it's going to be a very exciting game. I think FTB Sport is the place to hear about it all. I think Monday night with FTB Sport will be fantastic for the transfer show all the way through. And then Sunday night at 9 o'clock, it's like, I know everyone's really tribal and loves their team, but 9 o'clock on a Sunday night is just a chance to step out and think about the whole Premier League, not just your own backyard.
No, 100%. 100%. It's good to kind of find out how the Norwiches, Burnleys, Fulham's, not Fulham's, they're in the Championship, but get the banter going with all of that and talk about those games, and it's all good to get it out there. But listen, what I want to do is just wrap it up and just say thank you very, very much again, Mr. Nigerian Englishman, Blue Moon, Ian, and Lex. It's gonna be a toughie. But a 1-1, even a Desmond Tutu. I'll take that. I'll take that. Guys, it's been emotional. Brilliant. Thank you very much.
See you all.
Bye bye.